What is going on, you guys? This is TechHD coming at you with a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Elgato Wave mic arm LP version. This is one of the two mic arms that Elgato provides, and it's their low profile model. So let's see what it all comes with, how it performs with all types of microphones, talk about the pros and cons, and then give you guys my overall thoughts. So taking a look at what it all comes with, you got the quick start guide, the desk clamp, the Wave mic arm LP itself, a 1/4 inch to 3/8 adapter, a 1/4 inch to 5/8 adapter, and an Allen wrench. Setting up the Wave mic arm LP is very easy. First, you attach the desk clamp to the mic arm itself, and you use the Allen wrench to tighten it and secure it and adjust the horizontal tension. You also need to tighten the lower arm with the upper arm the same way you did with the desk clamp. You can also see that the cable routing is magnetic, and there are multiple cutouts going from each arm, which makes it easy to route the USB or XLR cable and keeps it clean and organized. You can also see the ball head having the 1/4 inch thread, and I'm glad that Elgato provides the adapter since not all mic mounts are the same. Mounting the arm is very easy, and the desk clamp is just like their multi-mounts and can expand up to 2.4 inches, and you have the knobs to tighten each arm to better hold heavier microphones. Now, in my testing, I love the 360-degree rotation and the elbow rotation. It makes it easy to maneuver the microphone and raise it up and down and position it however way you want. I have mine mounted right next to my monitors coming from the side, and it works great since I can angle and lower it to where it's not blocking my field of view for my monitors, while at the same time being high enough so I can still comfortably type and control my Stream Deck when I'm gaming and streaming. It's able to hold up to 4.4 pounds, and I've been using my Rode Procaster with the shock mount setup for weeks now, and it's been holding up pretty good. But I will say that you need to tighten the knob to a good amount, to the point that I needed to use some pliers, and it felt like I was over tightening it, but I needed to do it in order for it to not go down and to stay in place, and that setup is only 2.5 pounds, so I'm a bit skeptical about that 4.4 max weight limit, but after I did that, I've had no problem since. I also love that I am able to easily set it to the side and store it away when I'm not using it, and it doesn't take up that much space at all. If you're using a one monitor setup, you could easily have the mic mounted onto the back of the desk and go underneath the monitor, and it's just really nice and gives you a really clean setup. Alright, you guys, so now what I want to do is I want to show you guys how the Wave mic arm LP is with multiple microphones. So for example, we have the Rode Procaster with the shock mount, and you can see that I have a B camera right here, so you guys can see how I have it all set up. I know this is a little bit out of the frame, but what I like is that, like the name implies, it's low profile, so I have the ability to easily have this out of the frame or very low and not so much in the frame, and it's not like covering, and it's not up top here. It's very low profile. I could crop in and just really show the microphone, and it looks really nice and professional. On top of that, it's low but not too low to the point where I can't safely type on my keyboard or anything like that, which I really like. And then maneuvering this is nice and smooth, so I could get this, closer to me. It's not gonna creak or anything like that. It's nice and smooth. I could raise this if I want to, I could lower it if I want to. The only thing about this one is the Rode Procaster seems to be pretty heavy, even though it's not at that 4.4 limit or anything like that. But you can see that I could raise it up if I want to get like right there, as close to my mouth as possible to capture all the audio. And then even moving this, it's not really catching so much of that vibration. I know because it has a shock mount, but it's not making anything of that creaking or anything like that. If I move it here, same concept, nothing crazy. If I lift it up, bring it back down, same thing. And then same thing, I could easily position it. It's very nice, really smooth, very quiet, the hinges and stuff like that. The only thing that I have that's a con is that these magnets aren't so strong, so whenever I'm moving it, I make sure to put my hand on it so that it doesn't easily come up or anything like that. That's why I have my hand over here when I'm adjusting it. But yeah, for the most part, seems to be doing really well with the Rode Procaster. So now this is a big microphone setup, so let's try out another microphone setup that is very popular that I've seen a lot of streamers and podcasters actually use. Now we're testing out one of the most popular microphones when it comes to streaming and podcasting. That is the Rode PodMic, and this one is really cool because it is a small, compact, dynamic microphone, but it still actually weighs a bit. So this one weighs about 2 pounds compared to the Rode Procaster with the shock mount weighing about 2.4 pounds. So for this being small but it was still weighing pretty close to it is actually pretty interesting, very impressive, honestly. So it's built really well. But of course, testing it out with the Wave Mic Arm LP, the Mic Arm LP can handle it very easily. Same thing, I'm able to easily adjust it if I'm moving around, and I could just easily get this right there in the frame. Of course, there's no shock mount, so of course you're gonna get a lot more of that vibration. But when I'm moving this, I could just move it here and just angle it differently. If I want to get like really nice up close and personal, like an actual podcast microphone, I could do that as well. But if I want to be a little bit more discreet, I could lower this, angle this. And the cool thing is like that ball joint, that 360 degree plus the elbow piece and the 360, I can really position it however way I want to, which I really like. And I can still use my keyboard and my mouse and get this a little bit more out of the frame where you guys could easily still see my face and all. So I really like that. The pod mic tends to work really well, so dynamic microphones tend to work really well. Now, what about a condenser microphone? So that we're going to be trying out next. Okay, you guys, so now we're testing out a cardioid condenser microphone. So this one is the Rode Focusrite CM25 microphone paired with a shock mount and a pop filter and a windscreen. So with this setup, of course, you were able to use the Wave Mic Arm LP. I just want to show you guys that if you guys are not rocking with a dynamic microphone, you are able to use a cardioid condenser microphone if you want to. And of course, I really like the 360 degree ball head because I'm able to articulate this and have it be facing upwards, or I can be facing to the side, which is really nice if you want to be a little bit more discreet. But same thing, you know, you have the easy mobility, you know, the movability, and I can maneuver this. I could lift this up or I could lift this really low. But for the most part, with a cardioid condenser microphone, you don't normally need to move it around so much. But I can have it be tilting to the side if I want to be more out of the frame. But yes, you are able to use a cardioid condenser microphone, and I love the fact that they come with all the adapters required, because for example with the pod mic I use the 1/4 inch to 3/8 adapter, whereas with the Procaster I use the 1/4 inch to 5/8 adapter. This one I'm using the 3/8 adapter. So I love the fact that they come with everything needed to set up with any microphone that you want to. But there's one last microphone that I want to show you guys, and this one is if you guys are not into XLR microphones at all, if you guys are into USB microphones. So the last test I want to show you guys is using a USB microphone with the Wave Mic Arm LP, and of course it does fully work. So for those of you guys that are into XLR microphones or condenser dynamic microphones like that, and you guys are using a USB microphone like a Blue Yeti or Snowball or anything else that is USB powered, of course you can use it. I got the Comica STM microphone right here and it works perfectly well. I used to have an Elgato Wave 3 microphone, but unfortunately I gave it to my girlfriend so that she could start gaming and streaming. I am a good boyfriend, so unfortunately I don't have that one to test out. But we got the Comica USB microphone and it works perfectly well. I have the USB going through the cable routing, and then I have that just plugged into my PC and it works perfectly great. I have this set to the horizontal side, whereas the last one I had it vertically. So of course, you know, you are able to move this around, articulate it, you know, and it holds it really well. USB microphones usually aren't that heavy until you get to like the Blue Yeti, for example. But yes, it does fully work. So you're able to use a USB microphone, you're able to use a studio cardioid condenser microphone that's XLR, and you're able to use dynamic microphones like the Rode Pod Mic and the Procaster. So let me know what you guys think. What microphone are you guys running? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys have been watching my streams, I have been testing this out for weeks now and it has been performing really great. So my overall thoughts of the Wave Mic Arm LP is I love the build quality and the easy maneuverability and how overall clean it looks with any one setup. Doesn't make any creaking noises when moving it, moves very smoothly, hides the cables, and is very discreet with no huge logos or anything like that. It worked great with the microphones I've tested, and I could see it being used a lot in a streaming or in a podcast setup. It keeps most of the mic arm out of the frame of the camera when you're streaming or recording, while at the same time getting as close to you as possible. Now there are some cons that the Mic Arm LP has that I would like to be updated in the version 2 or selling an accessory, for example. One of them is that this is a low profile, but for me it's a bit too low to the point that I can't have any small accessories underneath the lower arm, like for example the Wave XLR. and it would bump into my Wave XLR whenever I move it, and whenever I want to store it away, I would need to lift it a bit by force and move it over the Wave XLR, and it would scratch a little bit on top of it, and it would also lay just on top of it. So to fix that, I added a piece of wood to raise it a bit to easily go move it through back and forth. I would like for Elgato to provide or offer an accessory to purchase to raise from the clamp to the lower arm, like what they have for the regular mic arm. Adding that detachable riser would help a ton. The second con that I have is the magnetic covers aren't strong enough and get lifted and removed if I move the mic arm a little bit too fast. It could be because I have thicker XLR cables that's also braided, but I would love for Elgato to have stronger magnets, and not only that, but also have them not just at the end but also one in the middle, and that should hold it a little bit better. The last con that I have is, like I mentioned before, I needed to tighten the knob a lot to the point that I needed to use some pliers in order to hold my Rode Procaster microphone with the shock mount, and that setup is not hitting that max weight limit. If I didn't do it, then the microphone would just constantly go down and not stay in place, but after I did that, I haven't had any issues since. I'm not sure how Elgato will be able to fix that, but definitely take a look at it. It would be much appreciated to see what could be done. Aside from that, for the price of just $100, you really can't go wrong with the Mic Arm LP. It's not perfect, no product is, but it's still a great choice compared to the ones that's on Amazon. Amazing build quality and functionality, and it's a clean overall setup. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and if you guys have any questions or concerns, please let me know. The next Elgato product that we're going to be testing and reviewing is the regular mic arm, so stay tuned for that, and check out the stream on Twitch and YouTube at Tekken_HD1 to see how it performs. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so that you guys can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Follow me on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok. As always, it's TechHD. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!